Oh, wait.
In the final minute, Bennett from the pocket, launches to the end zone, caught, touchdown, A.D.
3rd and 10 from the 11. Travis under pressure, trying to escape, able to escape. Turns the corner, stays in back.
Gets to the edge, Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home.
Ball to the 30, 35, Herbert Whitfield to the 50, to the 40, Herbert Whitfield to the 30.
Is another first down.
Not dealing with much pressure at all when he does drop back to throw.
The play action, Bennett looks down the middle, McConkey's wide open, touchdown Dogs.
Oh, one of these days. Figure it out. Whoa. There I am.
Yeah.
Whoa. What's going on, guys? We're back after a little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah.
The Knowles and Dogs podcast is back.
We have
And
returned.
We have returned after a nice little refreshing break. We are here as we enter into August. We are officially in the month of football.
Mm-hmm.
We have made it, and it's awesome to be back. We got NFL Hall of Fame games tomorrow.
Ooh.
We got that, and then before you know it, it's going to be
It's a brand new season.
Yeah, college football starts Labor Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple more weeks away, guys. We are almost there. We got a nice little show for you where we will be talking about recent news with college football conference expansion, the realignment news with the Big 12, Big 10, and the Pac-12, or what's left of it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be doing a little cool little new segment. That'll lead us into the football season, where we're going to go through week 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to give our biggest game that in regards to the college football playoff, or what has the biggest impact, which game has a team on upset alert, and just the most exciting game of that week. It could be the same game, upset alert, playoff, or just a cool little other game that's also tagged along that has me or Dylan intrigued.
Yeah.
So without really further ado, Dylan, how you doing? You got anything to say before we start?
I'm doing great. It's a great day. It's a great Wednesday, Wednesday the 2nd when we're filming this. It's just a great day to talk about football.
It's just a great day to talk about football, guys. I mean, you just
love
can't
it.
Days like this don't come by very often, and we're here. So let's savor the moment, I guess. All right. So we'll start right into it. So conference expansion with the Big 12, Big 10, Pac-12 is happening in the blink of our eyes. We're already seeing in the SEC, with Texas, Oklahoma going next year.
Mm-hmm.
But now, with TV rights deals, teams or colleges want more money. You're already seeing Colorado as the most recent team to officially pack their bags. They'll be heading to the Big 12 starting next year. And then there's also rumors that Arizona State, Arizona could be the next two teams to head to the Big 12. And as far as the Big 10 goes, there are articles that Oregon and Washington are the next two teams in update.
Mm-hmm.
And then something I didn't find out till just probably yesterday afternoon, and I looked into it a little more. There's a rumor out there that, FSU and Clemson could be the next two teams as well to be packing their bags. We know the whole TV rights deal with the ACC is not something they want to be a part of, as I think it runs to 2036.
Yep.
And they don't want to be a part of that. They want to make more money, and they want to be, in a better conference,
Yeah.
So that would be massive. And then, whatever's left of the Pac-12 is that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Initial thoughts early on this as we kind of start to dive in right in.
Mm-hmm. I think the biggest thing to note is that when it comes to the Big 10, they've already come out and said that they're not looking to let me pull up the exact quote for you. But they're not looking to raid the Pac-12 per se, but there's been preliminary discussions about the two teams you named from Pac-12, Oregon and Washington, and also Stanford and California, University of California,
Mhm.
which is just wild to me.
Yeah. I mean, that would put them at that's over 18 teams now?
I
many
think
te-
that would be, yeah. Let me just pull it up.
I mean, they're saying it's just funny that you just said that, like, they're not trying to like dive too deep in, but they've already taken UCLA and USC. Now you're looking to take out Washington and Oregon, as well as Cal and Stanford.
So I can't say for sure because this doesn't say, but actually, I think that would bring them up to 20 because they're at 14 right now.
They should just merge the pack with the Big Ten all together.
And then if they add those 4 teams from those 4 additional teams from the Pac-12 and Florida State and Clemson, would that bring them 22 teams?
Oh, well, at least it's an even number because then
Yeah.
you can, even though they're getting rid of divisions, you always want to have an even number.
Mm-hmm.
There's an article I pulled up for you guys. So it was a original rumor that was tweeted out yesterday from Barstool Sports' Jack McGuire, hearing a rumor that the Big Ten adding 4 schools this week: Clemson, Florida State, Oregon, and Washington. They would poach 2 of the top ACC colleges programs,
Mm-hmm.
as well as 2 other top programs from the Pac-12. And trying to see, Oregon and Washington, apparently, if you dive a little more into it, it talks about how the Big Ten, those 2 teams have been on their radar
Mm-hmm.
for a while now. Died down a little bit, but has reamped right back up. And with everything that's happening with the Pac-12 not being able to find a TV market rights deal, just not as competition-wise, just not up to the standard as everyone else.
Mhm.
Money's better. We're the Big Ten and the SEC and Big 12. That's just it's like these conferences see an opportunity to. It's like striking for gold here.
Yeah.
I mean, they struck gold on one team and they're trying to go back to the other spot.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get another one.
It's just wild how quickly things have been happening. If you tell somebody 5 years ago what's going on right now,
You're about to enter into the Big 22.
Yeah, the Big 22. The
big
SEC Super. It's just like the South.
The SEC and then the Big 13.
Yeah.
And then there's the Pac 8.
What's left of the ACC, right?
Right, and then you don't know what that's going to end up being. If Florida State and Clemson leave for the Big 10,
mm-hmm.
I feel like we both thought that it was clear it was the SEC that would be.
Yeah, that's what I think makes the most sense. But I guess from the Big Ten's perspective, adding Florida State and Clemson would just add a larger footprint on the country too. So they're not just like the Midwest Conference. They're, the conference of the country. You know what I mean? They span coast to coast.
That'd be a cool slogan, though.
Yeah. The conference of the country.
Come to the Big 10, Big 22, or we span coast to coast. The real question is, who's going to get Hawaii at this point? If Big 10 can get Hawaii, sign me up for a Hawaii at Rutgers 11 a.m. kick. That's all I need right there. That's all I need. That is. What did you say? Tell the people what you just told me a little bit ago with Rutgers.
So Rutgers might be like the smartest institution in the world because they don't add anything to the Big Ten at all when it comes to athletics. Not a single thing. They don't compete in a single sport. But what they do, what they did do is force every single person in New Jersey and New York to be forced to have the Big Ten as a part of their life on their cable boxes, on their networks. They have to have the Big Ten now. So they're geniuses. The biggest geniuses in the world.
It's very genius. If there was a comment today from Florida State Board of Trustees member Drew Weatherford. This came in an hour ago from On3 on still Twitter on my phone. Sorry, Elon. He says, it's not a matter of if we leave. It's a matter of how and when we leave.
Yeah.
So Florida State's gone. They're telling ACC, kick rocks. We found a better man. You're gone. So we're in for a wild ride, and just buckle up. As far as the Big 12 goes with Colorado, going off of kind of like what Dan Lanning said this week, if you didn't get a chance to see what quote he said, he's pretty much went along the lines of, I think I saved the tweet. He goes, not a big reaction. Just trying to remember the last time they won or affected anything in the conference. Pretty much paraphrasing. Well, he's not wrong. Colorado hasn't done anything since probably early 2000s, 90s.
I don't think that was Pac-12 Colorado. That was Big 12.
It was Big 12 Colorado. So, they haven't been relevant at all in anything. It's a good publicity grab by the Big 12. With the new teams, the new wave of teams coming in this year, and now you got, Colorado coming in, Arizona and Arizona State maybe coming. Why am I surprised is Utah, who rumor has they turned down calls from the Big 12, I think, and the Big 10.
So Utah didn't want to do it because of BYU.
Which is so petty. It's just so petty. Grow up. You're not it's like two teenage girls just fighting. It's like, grow up. All right. Holy cow. You saw this with Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. They're, we're not going to play Bedlam anymore because Oklahoma's going to the SEC. So we're going to be petty and just not do anything. It's like, grow up. Okay. Figure it out. Okay. Grow up. You're all Mormons out there. Just figure it out.
Yeah.
Come on. The Big 12 is still, I think, the third tier team or third tier conference. I don't think I'm surprised Oregon State hasn't been getting anything. They've been a little better. Their baseball team is one of the best, usually one of the most consistent always in the country.
Yeah.
Football and basketball teams have been on the rise a little bit. We're just talking about sports that, bring in the most revenue. But as far as like the Pac-12 goes, whatever's left of them, that leaves you with right now. Let's just say all the teams we're talking about are gone. They're all packed up their bags and left. That will leave you with Oregon State. Tell me if I'm missing any. Washington State. Let's see. We got Oregon State, Washington State. Crap. Well, Stanford's gone. Cal's gone.
Yep. So you got Utah.
There's Utah, I guess. Hold on. Now I gotta. Oh, it's just so bad. I just can't. Just hit a blank wall because all the teams are gone.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go. Gone. So it'd leave you those three.
Yeah.
The three amigos. They're gone. They're gonna get the conference is gonna die.
They might join the Mountain West.
They might just merge with the Mountain West.
Yeah.
Which it wouldn't be the worst thing. But I saw a tweet said like when it seemed all hope was lost, they called on for a hero, and it was like Idaho. And there's big old dome stadium.
Yeah.
So
we need to bring them back to D1.
Yeah.
FBS
they're in NCAA football 14. Like, let's make it happen, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
That stadium better be in the next game if that ever comes out.
If it ever comes out, no, because old retired football players want to say they need more money. Shut up.
Yeah.
I want to play the game.
So I don't, if we're all demanding money over here, give me my paycheck. I played so
Yeah.
much NCAA 14.
Yeah, where's my pay? Where's my restitution? I put a lot of hard sweat and
Yeah, no, yeah.
nachos into this one. Let's get it done. I don't really anything else we need to add about it. I think we hit most of the points.
Yeah, I think we
Anything
got
else?
most. I think the only other thing to say would be like, what's the future of the ACC if Florida State and Clemson do leave? Because at that point, what are you really left with?
I know I've seen report. I know you would think the SEC would be smart about this and find a way to seize maybe either counter offer. Because you got to think the SEC and Sankey aren't just like sitting around just like content.
No way.
There's no way. So
There's no way
they're
they're
probably
coaching Texas, Oklahoma. You got to
Miami, North Carolina,
Mhm.
NC State maybe, and like Wake Forest.
I'm thinking about the names of the Big Ten, and then I'm like, I'm in the ACC, and I'm like, huh? Because like,
watch you see a renaissance. You're just gonna see. It's gonna end up being like two or three just big conferences at this point.
Yeah.
Who was it? I think someone said yesterday to one of us that it's just gonna be like the AFC and the NFC.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's gonna be like. But imagine if there was the AFC, the NFC, and then like the EFC was next to it, and it had like the lesser teams.
Like it had like the AAC, the Conference USA.
It would be like, imagine if like it was the NFL and then Canadian football was part of the NFL, but it was his own conference that didn't really matter.
It would be like comparing like the XFL and the USFL and just throwing them as one conference.
Yeah. Next to the AFC and the NFC.
Yeah.
That's what the Big 12 will be.
Big 12. That's what the Pac-12 and the ACC is going to be.
Well, no, because I was thinking like, you got your AFC, NFC, SEC, Big 10, Canadian Football League, that's for Big 12. And then I guess then you have your XFL and USFL. They'd be everybody else. ACC, Pac-12, Mountain West, Sun Conference USA.
I don't even. Let's just make one conference for every team.
Yeah.
Just call every game an out-of-conference game. Give everyone a championship. Oh man, but we'll keep an eye on this. I mean, it's early. It's going to be big news whenever it does come out because this has effect on a lot of stuff.
Everything from recruiting to like the bare basics of how like the school will operate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, this is going to have a NIL college football playoff because you got to think the more the expansion happens, the more expansion is going to happen. I think in the playoff.
Yeah.
Which I don't like in a sense because I think that it shouldn't need to go anywhere more than 12.
Yeah.
I was always fine with like 6.
Me too.
6 because you take your New Year's 6 games, you put them in. Call it what it is. 12 is you can't put any more than that.
Yeah.
I love football. Give me always more of it, but at a certain point,
Yeah.
You might as well just make the season the 64 in the NCAA tournament and just that's it.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll move on here to we already kind of talked about the next topic, which was what was next to the Pac-12. So we can actually probably skip that. Pac-12's in trouble. That's really all that we need to say.
Yeah.
They're running out of money. They were talking about being on Apple TV. That's dumb.
That's the death sentence.
That is
the death sentence when you're talking about going to a streaming service nobody uses.
You're gonna go watch app. You're gonna get to see what a Friday night this could be. Just picture this. Just close your eyes.
Yeah.
Imagine you're watching. I don't know. Freaking. Let's go. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Keep those eyes closed.
Okay.
You go from watching. You're just Ted Lasso, and then you're just binge watching Ted Lasso, and then you got Blackbird on there as well. But now you're not. But that's just throughout the day. This is a nice Friday. But hey, guess what? Messi's playing that 3:30 kick. I don't know to watch him, and then guess what? you get to watch Friday night Apple TV baseball, MLB baseball, because you know the Pirates are always on there because that's where they love. That's the only time they're on prime time. To get their just
The
butt
Apple
whooped.
TV.
Oh yeah, and then you get to finish it off with Utah and Oregon State playing for the 15th time in a row this year because they got nobody else playing the conference.
Man, I love Apple TV.
What
Give
an
me
app! What? Yeah, oh yeah, and you just
Talk
gotta
about-
pay $99.99 a year.
a
to
year.
watch it.
Ooh.
$100
No,
a year? Come on.
They should sponsor us. Apple TV. Put us
Apple
on
TV.
Apple TV.
Yes, get us on Apple TV, guys. Shout out Apple TV. We love Apple TV.
We would be singing its praises within minutes.
I'm on app right now. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. So Big 12's and Pac-12's in trouble. Big 12, Big 10 just stealing everyone because they're still not at the level of the SEC. Anyway.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Just imagine, Dylan, close your eyes again when you were going up to the big house and going to Michigan, and it's December, or it's early December or early November, and it's 20 degrees out. And somehow, some way, Jordan Travis still has years of eligibility. And he's just slinging it around. And FSU still can't stop the run. And it's
Oh
just
my
going to be
God.
a great day, Blake Corum he's on his 11th year of eligibility. Michigan fans still think he should have gone to the Heisman. It's just a great day in college football. Great day. Ooh, new segment. Oh, new thing. We'll have to eventually do our Heisman predictions.
Oh yeah. But
We got a nice show the week before season starts. Week of
Yeah.
season starting. That's gonna be a great one, guys.
it's gonna be a really good show.
That's gonna be playoff talk, Heisman predictions, and look at the week 1 slate.
Mhm.
But anyway, let's get a little sprinkling in, just a little dash. So we're gonna do a thing called, we're gonna go through week 1, 2, and 3 this week, where we're gonna talk about biggest game in regards to the college football playoff. Who's on upset alert that week, in our eyes? And, what's the most exciting game? It could be Akron and Ohio playing that week if you're into that, or it could be, I don't know, West Virginia, Penn State. That's going to be a good game. I mean, Penn State's a 20.5-point favorite at home. Could be a good game still. It's not. It's going to be an absolute slaughtering. But hey, whatever makes you happy. So we're gonna go through that, and then next week we'll do the same thing. I think I lined it up where we go through each week. We do 3 weeks going into the final week or 2. We should have enough days. We should be fine, but I'll have to go back and check. Okay, so Dylan, I don't know what you want to do, but do you want me to go through mine, and then, or do you want to just rotate?
We'll just rotate. You do your biggest game. I'll do my biggest game. You do your biggest upset. I do my biggest upset. Like that.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so in week 1, we're starting off. My biggest game is, I feel like it's kind of an obvious one, but LSU, FSU, week 1. I mean, doesn't really get much bigger than that one.
Yeah.
Start the year again. These 2 teams played last year. Was one of the wildest games I've ever seen, as far as LSU coming back, Florida State choking it, and it took a blocked extra point.
Yeah.
After Dylan's Seminoles could not get a stop as time expired. Woo! After they fumbled it at the goal line.
Hey.
That was bad. You
That was bad.
can't tell me you were just pissing your pants and thinking you're about to choke this.
Look, I'm just gonna say I'm a hopeful fan, so I still had hope.
So yeah, that's my big game. It's a lot of questions we're gonna have answered that week. As far as where both teams are at. Is this FSU ball club legit? Is LSU, who a lot of expectations coming in, are they for real? Are they going to be contenders for the SEC West again? A lot of questions are going to be answered here. And for someone that also has some over under regular season totals. This is a big game for me. So,
Mhm.
what is your biggest game?
Also, FSU versus LSU. There really wasn't another choice for this week, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly how you felt about it, but it was very much a this is the game of the week kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like this is the one everybody's excited for. But that I also picked that.
It's nice though. It's on a Sunday too. That's Sunday
Mhm.
night. They should just put it on NBC. Just and have like Chris Collinsworth call it. Just
Yeah.
piss people off. Put him and like Gary Danielson together in a booth. You'll see half the country just want to burn down their television.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there were some other decent games, but nothing like the stakes that
Yeah,
FSU
it's
and
gonna
LSU
be-
have.
None of the other games are going to be as important for
That's
the rest
for
of the
sure.
season.
My upset game
Mhm.
is another neutral site game. I got Duke and Clemson. Is Clemson being the upset team
Mhm.
or team on upset alert? This Duke club 9-3 last year, 10 wins last year, 9 or 10 wins. I can't remember. I got to go back and check. I do know they won. They beat UCF in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Just don't remember how many wins that ended up being. But Mike Elko's got a good ball club coming back this upcoming year. Just a really just gritty nose off our team.
Mhm.
And the Blue Devils, Clemson always sleepwalks this game. They
Yeah.
always sleepwalk. It's the stupid Chick-fil-A game that they're always in for some reason on the Monday night. And this, they're not going to get away and playing Georgia Tech this year. They're playing Duke, who I think Duke could surprise, at least hold their own. I think if you can keep Klubnik in check, I think they got a chance here to make it. I think they'll make it a ball game.
Yeah.
Do they win? I don't know, but that's why I think they definitely have a shot.
Yeah.
I'm giving them a for real shot. I'd be
That's
interested to see what that line would be for other purposes, but that's a noteworthy. Keep tab of that one.
Gonna have to keep tab of that one.
What's your upset?
I had West Virginia over Penn State.
Oh man.
So
Go
the
ahead.
game is at Penn State. However, I don't know what it is. I just got a good feeling about West Virginia going into this game. It might be because the game was pretty close last year, as far as my recollection.
They didn't play last year.
They didn't. I don't remember when they played last. I feel stupid now.
They played Pitt. They played Pitt.
They played Pitt last year, yeah.
They play Pitt again this year.
I still think West Virginia has a really good shot at winning.
So if West Virginia wins,
Mhm.
that will be an all-timer because West
Yeah.
Virginia is going to suck this year. Sorry.
Really?
Well, they're going to be bad. They're going to fire. Hopefully, they fire Neil Brown because Neil Brown has not done anything in his tenure to ever be a reason to keep his job. They're not going to win 5 games. I don't think.
Well, one of those 5 games will be against Penn State, though.
Let's see. They're 20.5-point favorites or underdogs.
Yeah.
So if they go into Happy Valley on Saturday night, my parents are big West Virginia fans. My dad might just start running around butt cheek naked and just doing something probably he shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because that would be that Morgantown is going to they do a big thing where they burn couches. There's going to be the big wildfire smoke that's been going cross country. They're going to trace it back to Morgantown, West Virginia. If that happens. Holy cow, that would be my giant upset for a Penn State team that's supposed to contend for the East.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
say it every year, though.
Well, so does FSU. So don't.
Hey,
I mean, if you want to get going into that.
come on.
Yeah,
Come
nice. Oh, come on. All right. Most exciting game. I got North Carolina, South Carolina, Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Yeah.
College game
I
day is
just-
going to be there.
I have the same answer, so I say it preemptively before we get too far into it. I also agree with this one.
First and foremost, take the over. Just whatever the over is, just take it. You're going to have May and Rattler going at it. The only thing that can stop this is those two start throwing interceptions, which again could happen.
That would
take
make
the
it more
over.
fun.
Take the over in this game. Quick prediction. I like South Carolina to win. But that's just me. I think Beamer Ball, they got some juice rolling at the end of the year. So I do think South Carolina wins, but it's good to see these two teams are relevant,
Hmm.
at least right now.
For a minute, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're getting the attention they right now. I mean, the Battle of the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, College Game Days there. It's in Charlotte. Big time. What's your exciting? Oh, it's right. You said it was.
Yeah, I said the same thing. So the exact same reasons you had. To be honest, the only other thing I'd add is that it's a great color combo game.
Yes.
Like that's like an all timer for me. Like those two teams' uniforms against each other. Woo!
It's gonna be cool. So I was there 2 years ago at that stadium, Bank of America,
Mhm.
when Georgia Clemson played. And if it's anything like that, the stadium's gonna be split. It was
Yeah.
red and orange when I was there. It's gonna be maroon and blue, Carolina
Yeah.
blue. That's gonna be nice. I just hope they don't both wear like white jerseys. That'd be dumb.
I don't think so. I think Carolina's probably gonna wear like their traditional blue jersey,
Blue
white
or their
pants.
Carolina blue, maybe.
Yeah, Carolina blue with the white pants, and then South Carolina, knowing them, will probably do like red jersey, black pants. You know,
I can see the all reds going out,
I could see that.
and then
Be
Carolina
awesome.
wearing.
If Carolina pulled all Carolina blue too, I'd be like,
They
whoa!
should wear the chrome helmets with like the Tar Heel
Tar Heel.
foot.
Mhm.
Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah, I also like the cursive one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with the cursive writing. That one looks good too. Anyways, let's
All right.
let's move on.
All right, let's move on now. Week two,
Mhm.
guys. We made it. Week two. After a hard fought week one, we're here. Week two, biggest game impacting the college football playoff. Texas, Alabama.
Yeah.
We had a classic last year. The only thing that was dumb was it was at noon, and it was like 1,000 degrees in Texas that day. But now it's probably going to be a night game. Texas, Florida, or Texas, Alabama. You're going to get Ewers taking on whoever Alabama throws out there. Very big test for the both of them. I would not be surprised if Texas wins this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
Would not be shocked at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Bama. We really haven't seen Ewers face an atmosphere like this.
Mhm.
So that could be the only thing I don't like. But I think Texas is a better roster than Bama. The quarterback uncertainty. I mean, we're a month into this month before the season starts, and we still don't know we don't have a clear cut, least front runner.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new offense, new defensive coordinator,
Yep.
and I don't know. What am I going to get out of Bama?
Yeah.
So I think Texas, I think they have better pieces. They have a quarterback coming back under the same system with better weapons around. But I do think this is Sark's one big shot here. He has to. Texas fans have been waiting for a moment to do something.
Yeah.
And here we go. Here you go. You're going to get another shot right here. So, yeah, that was my game.
Yeah, I also had Texas at Alabama. I think this game's going to be really close, just like last year, but in the opposite direction as last year's. Because last year's kind of slowed down for a while there.
Yeah.
After the opening of it. I think this game is going to be closer to a shootout.
Okay.
Just because I think it's going to be a big crowd. It's going to be jumping. It's going to be it's a night game, right? Like it's going to be a night game.
Probably. I don't know if they've announced the time yet. I can take a look.
Just because last year in the Texas heat, it slowed down to a crawl. I think this year at night it's going to be quick. It's going to be a lot of scoring.
Bama had 18 penalties too that day.
Yeah,
they killed themselves with penalties.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see. All right, week 2. We're gonna scroll down.
Probably haven't announced it.
They might have. Let's see. Keep scrolling. 7 o'clock, ESPN. Bama is a 7-point favorite right now.
That's high.
You're giving them
touchdown.
Because
I'd give them 3.
Maybe like 4.5, 5. We'll see how. Oh, we'll see how the first week goes. For both teams. My
But- yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, you go ahead. I was just gonna say that's yeah.
Okay. My upset game I think is Utah at Baylor.
Mhm.
A noon kickoff in Waco, and Waco is a place they don't want to play. At noon.
Yeah.
B, it's like a ghost town for some of these teams that are just like not a ghost town, just like a cursed land that these
Mhm.
teams just walk in and just are destined to be upset.
Yeah.
The only team that like made it out alive was TCU last year. My recent memory, like that were like legit like
Mhm.
front runners or better teams. That and then Oklahoma did it a couple of years ago when they came back from 28-3 down.
Yeah.
That's a game where we always see Utah have a slip up, and
Mhm.
Baylor would not shock me if that's the slip up right there.
Baylor's their slip up. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
So
you
yeah.
saw it last year with TCU.
Yeah.
The noon kickoff almost got him.
It almost got them there too. Like I 100% thought they were going to lose that game too.
It took a perfect execution on special teams to get it done. So,
Mhm. So my upset was James Madison over Virginia.
yes, the Dukes.
There's a lot of reasons to it. Obviously it's almost like a big brother game, right? Because you got the state school versus James Madison, a smaller university within Virginia.
Yeah.
And James Madison, I got to be quite frank, they're just a better football team than Virginia's been for most of the decade. I mean, especially they've had the 1 year with Armstrong where they look good, but other than that, Virginia has been like the definition of the mediocre ACC team.
I saw something that Old Dominion came out and said that they run the state.
Yeah.
Old Dominion said that.
It's just because Virginia's not.
The Dukies of Matt and James Madison are coming for blood.
Yeah, they're gonna beat. I think they're gonna beat Virginia.
Didn't they start out like 6-0 or something against like Power or Division I teams or some FBS teams?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
what a number to start.
It was a good start. I mean,
right, and then they weren't bowl eligible though.
Yeah.
All right, my most exciting game. We got week 2 is a good slate.
Yeah.
Texas A&M at Miami. We're gonna see the Jimbo new and improved with Bobby Petrino offense again. But once again, we got another year of A&M being kind of like they're the most Jekyll and Hyde team. Like you never know what you're gonna get. Each week's a different week, so we're gonna see what we get this week. Miami, will they improve with Tyler Van Dyke again?
Maybe.
I think
guess.
we're gonna see.
Is he starting?
Yeah, he'll start. I think so.
I remember hearing rumors that he might leave because they benched him so many times last year.
Well, he was gonna leave. I think, but they got rid of Josh Gaddis, so they were able to keep Tyler Van Dyke there from entering the portal.
Yep.
So I think he'll start. I believe. I would be surprised if he doesn't. And we're gonna see that electric Miami crowd when nobody shows up, and we're gonna see what they got.
Yeah.
You'd hope for both squads, as bad as a year they had last year, both teams. It was a snooze. It was like 17-9 game too. That A&M
17-9 game. It was a night game too. It was like ESPN.
Yeah, Herb Strait and Fowler were trying to jump off the building. How boredom that was.
I just remember before that game, what's his name was outside the stadium in a Miami polo. Oh. LSU coach, forget his name.
Ogeron.
Oh, Ed Ogeron was at the game in a Miami polo.
That was the game too. That the week before, didn't A&M lose to App State, and so they lost College Game Day.
Yeah,
because Game Day went to App State that week.
Yep.
Yeah, this will be a fun game. I think we're gonna see it. We're kind of like, it's almost like a benchmark test for two teams that are kind of like middle of the pack right now.
Yeah.
Just to see like where are we at. It's almost like a neutral site game at this point.
I
I
mean,
bet you-
every time you play at Miami, it already is kind of a neutral
Yeah.
site because nobody's there.
Nobody's there. You probably have more A&M fans going there.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's like a vacation in September for a lot of those A&M fans.
would work.
Get
for
to
me.
go to Miami? Why not?
Yeah.
Spend a weekend down in. I don't even know where the stadium's at. It's like Miami Gardens. It's not even in.
It's like in the middle of an open field.
Yeah, no, I went there one time. I had to drop my sister off at Rolling Loud. We drove past because it's like at that stadium and it's in the parking lot of that stadium. So, but my most exciting game of the week is Nebraska versus Colorado
Okay.
because we're gonna be seeing a renewed rivalry,
Yes.
and we're also gonna be seeing Deion Sanders coach against
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule. Yeah, it's gonna be probably a terrible game. If we're being
Isn't it-
completely honest,
Is it at Nebraska or is it?
I
in Colorado?
believe it's at Nebraska. Yes.
Well, it'll be good to see.
At Colorado. It's at Colorado.
Alrighty.
It'll probably
Here
still
we
be red
go.
though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's sold out.
Yeah, it's definitely sold out. But Nebraska fans swarmed that place last time they played.
True.
But to be fair, they didn't have Deion then, so you never know.
Nope. He's coming. Yeah. He's
If
coming.
you go on Twitter, you will realize there are way too many Deion Sanders super fans out there that you will be shocked.
That's just Twitter. That's just college football Twitter. Come on.
Yeah.
That's just Twitter. All right. We'll move on now to the last week and
Mhm.
our last little portion of the pod, week 3. And my biggest game is South Carolina heading down to the Classic City in Athens, Georgia, where they'll take on my Georgia Bulldogs. Well, not my team. I don't own them, but my supporting my fandom team, the Georgia Bulldogs, where it's going to be an early test, a really good SEC test, for the Dogs. See where we're at. Playing Ball State and UT Martin really doesn't jump off the screen. So this will be a nice little. South Carolina was the last team to beat Georgia at home. That was back in 2019. Georgia
Alrighty.
hasn't lost a home game since.
Wow.
That day, that was a double overtime loss where Jake Fromm threw 4 picks. So
I remember that game. It came down to a Rodrigo kick, didn't it?
yeah, he missed it.
Yep.
I was volunteering at a library. I was watching on my phone, and I just wanted to throw my phone. I think I might have yelled or something. I was just depressed the entire rest of the time. Now just think about it, your team loses and you're at the library.
It's like you're already being punished.
Yeah. Right?
It's like, oh my
Right?
God, no.
Yeah, no, you gotta be quiet though. I was in the kids section too, so I gotta really keep it down. But we'll see Rattler come on into Athens. We saw what happened. Georgia went into South Carolina last year and utterly destroyed them. So I mean, I don't really see a whole lot changing. I think Georgia takes care of business. Better team, better squad. You got the home crowd. First real home opener, or first real road test for the Gamecocks. First good home crowd. I think Georgia fans will like. So, give me the Dogs. But as far as looking at the rest of the schedule, I think it does mean the most. As far as there's not really a whole lot of other big games. There's some good middle of the pack games, but as far as it's a 3:30 game CBS. So there we go.
Yeah. I said Tennessee versus Florida just because I think South Carolina versus Georgia is going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it'd be that big. I think Tennessee versus Florida can be a good game.
I think, I do think too.
Obviously, Tennessee's the only team that actually, matters in the grand scheme of that game. But, the only hiccup for me would be is the fact that Florida does not have a real quarterback. They have a imposter known as Graham Mertz starting under center. So, we'll have to see where that takes them. But
Florida fans aren't going to like that.
I know they're not, but I mean, come on, he's terrible. I'm not
No,
gonna
he's
lie
not.
and say, yeah.
Come
yeah,
on,
no.
don't count out
It's
Graham
not
like that.
good.
Come on,
I'm counting out Graham right now.
don't
It's
do
not
that.
good.
Come on,
It's just
Florida
not
fans.
good.
Florida fans will say he's good, and that's all that matters, right?
They're
Not
lying to
the fact that
themselves.
not the fact they were worst in the country in third down conversion or third down on defense and
Yeah.
gave up like 40 points a game. Graham Mertz.
No. It's a game changer.
I had that game as my upset game, and I
Mhm.
do think I'm going to be at the game.
Yeah.
I've already got my stuff, so I'm going to be at the game. We're going to have boots on the ground for Tennessee at Florida. Night game in the swamp. It's a great crowd. It's a great electric crowd to be around at night.
Yeah.
As bad as the team will be, it'll be week 3. They'll still be hanging around. Tennessee hasn't won there since 2003. It was close the year last time they were there, I believe. But I would not be surprised if this is a game going into middle of the third quarter.
Yeah.
If you're Tennessee, if you're Tennessee, you can't let them stay around. LSU did it almost last year, where they blew a big lead, and Florida had cut the lead to I think 12. I think they had cut it to, and LSU, and Florida had just scored, and LSU wasn't really doing anything, and then they were able to bounce back and take go ahead and take care of business, but. Yeah, Tennessee doesn't. Yeah, I don't think they want to screw around with Florida because you don't want to get the crowd going.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can do as a home favorite or a visiting favorite. Going to a hostile crowd, you know they're going to be highly ranked. You do not want to buy a bunch of rednecks wearing jorts. Come on.
Yeah. You don't want to get the jorts in the house. You know what I mean? Like,
jorts
you don't want to get the guys wearing jorts, freaking out, screaming. Like, that's the last thing you want because that gets so annoying so quick.
You could say they don't want to back down.
Oh, my God. That's bad. That's bad. That's so bad.
That's the podcast. Have a good one, guys.
So, my biggest upset was I have San Diego State over Oregon State.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just have a feeling the Aztecs, they're a sneaky Mountain West team, Oregon State had a good year, but I don't know if they'll be able to continue it right away, especially with DJ Ongahalehu. That's how you pronounce it, right? Yeah.
Uiagalelei.
Did you see? But
Do what?
there was a hand.
I've been looking at it. Yeah, I've been looking at it.
But
Promise his house isn't on it, I don't think. The screen's about to go
right
dark.
there, I see him.
Screen's about to go dark, and Dylan's gonna end up with his face, his head's gonna be chopped off.
But I still think San Diego State has a legit shot because DJ is not, I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. I'm gonna just be straight up honest with you. He's had flashes, but I think he's pretty bad, and I think he could cost them a game against San Diego State.
All right, not bad. I do think that the Beavers, they could be building something.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad pun again. I don't know if you caught that one.
I caught it. No, I just didn't want to, give you any credit for it.
Damn, come on. Oh, there we go. There's another one.
That was good. That was better.
Yes.
That was better.
That was good. That's why we're here, guys. We're just here to have fun and talk football. Come on.
Yeah. Enjoy our lives. That's what we do.
Right. My most exciting game, it has to be, come on, the backyard brawl. As bad as both teams might be, Pitt's never that bad. They're always mediocre. West Virginia, Pitt.
Yeah.
We had a classic last year at Pitt where it was a record crowd at Acrisure Stadium, Heinz Field, for all of my Pittsburgh fans out there. Where West Virginia blew the game, just blew it. Low had +7, so West Virginia, so cash that one. But it's in Morgantown, and that place is going to be electric. Morgan. The last time Pitt was there, I don't know. But it's always electric. West Virginia fans hate Pitt
Yeah.
with a passion. They hate all. My dad, who's gone to the game when it's in Morgantown, he'd tell me that, like, you don't – people that wear Pitt stuff there usually get into some trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, they because it's just there's a old saying that West Virginia fans like to say is that talks about eating something and it's not something good for Pitt. So, but nevertheless, that's always a fun game to watch. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking forward to that for sure. What's your game to finish?
I
things
said BYU versus Arkansas.
Ooh, is it at Fayetteville though this year?
I believe last year was.
Last year it was at BYU.
Yeah, it's at Fayetteville. Yes.
Ooh, pig suey.
The Walmart Stadium itself.
Hey, that's Jerry's second world. Don't disrespect that.
But BYU is a member of the Big 12 now, which is the wildest statement I've ever said out loud. So this is a weird game, and I think it's gonna be really exciting because I think both teams have a good amount of talent. The Mormons versus the Rednecks, and
Nice.
I mean, come on. I mean, there's a better way to describe this matchup.
Didn't BYU's mascot or something get like suspended?
I think so. The mascot is also a cougar, and it's just a dude dressed up in the suit.
Really? I didn't know. I thought every mascot was the live animal, Dylan.
That would be way better.
They just taught a real cougar to do all the tricks and stuff.
Yeah. Better than like the Penn State Nittany Lion. Have you seen that guy?
Yeah,
Man,
that's bad.
that guy looks like a drug addict. I mean, you can't tell me I'm wrong. The Penn State Nittany Lion looks like he's got some problems he needs to get taken care of with.
Oh.
They can get him help too.
You could say
avenues.
Yeah, that's something I just don't have the answers for. Sorry. Sorry. All right.
Oh, that's good.
Anything else we want to touch up on? Anything?
No, I think that's a good way. I think we got everything we want to say out. We're excited to pick it back up next week with week 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm. Keep you updated on what's going on in the Pac-12 conference expansion.
Yeah.
And whatever else comes our way. So there was actually a cool little tweet I saw the other day about Georgia. They recently got another commit. I don't know why. I saved it. Say on here. So the other day, 4-star linebacker Christopher Jones committed to Georgia. Georgia closes the month of July with its 26th commitment, and it's still the number 1 ranked 2024 recruiting class. And so Graham Coffey, who's big in Georgia athletics, goes, Georgia's 2024 class now has prospects from 14 different states. Kirby Smart has turned Georgia into officially a national recruiting power.
That's nice.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
14 states, 26 commits, and we're not even into the football season. That's pretty impressive. So, cool little stat there, I guess, to finish things off. No big 3 questions today.
Yeah.
No questions. So maybe we'll get back going on that soon. But that was all we had today. Dylan, if you're good.
Only other thing I had to bring up was, my Knowles did get a commitment the other day.
There we go.
We did land Charles Lester, who is local to us.
Nice.
He went to Riverview High School in Sarasota.
Alrighty.
Committed over Colorado.
Wow.
That's why I had to say.
There we go.
And Colorado fans were not happy.
Well, there's no Colorado fans, so that's just that. All right. Well, congrats to both our schools.
Yep.
And what a way to end it.
Mm-hmm.
What a way to end it. This was the Knowles and Dogs podcast, guys. Make sure you are subscribing and watching the videos, liking, giving that thumbs up, resharing. I try to post clips on the TikTok,
Yeah.
on Twitter, on Instagram. You can find my at Hunter DeLauder. You find us there. But YouTube is where we're going to be at. Spotify, we're also. So, give us a watch. If you like
Give
it,
us a listen.
continue to watch and subscribe if you haven't already, and tell all your friends.
Yeah.
So, our show will be out tomorrow, and have a good one, guys.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, peace out.
Zip.